Let's do it.
So to start, one of the scariest movies I've ever watched in my life was when I was 6 and watched The Exorcist. Don't ask. I believed I couldn't be possessed if I slept on the floor. It was like that level of I'm afraid and I'm just gonna pretend that this isn't real.
Wow.
So I wanted to ask you guys, do you have a genre of film that is like horror based that you're like, you know what, that terrifies me because I'm still terrified of possession movies because of it.
Well, that's a heck of a movie to watch at 6 years old. I mean,
let's address that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be terrified too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The idea of sleeping on the floor being a way of, I don't know. Yeah. A genre of movie.
I was 6.
Mine are
Yeah.
like Hereditary and
yeah.
Midsommar. Is it Midsommar? I keep saying it. Midsommar.
Yeah.
Midsommar.
Yeah.
Those like those psychological, weird, culty. Ugh, I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like the ones. I don't like the Saw type movies. Like the idea that people are that twisted, and just like get off on other people's pain and make do all. I just don't like them.
Scary.
Don't like them one bit. I also really got scared from watching Strangers. For some reason, that one freaked me out.
I watched The Shining too young. I wasn't quite 6, but I was maybe 9, and that one definitely stayed with me. And I now can't stay in hotels, so you know.
What?
Sleeps outside.
Like, wait.
Just don't. I don't go in hotels. Yeah, don't go near them. Yeah, terrifying.
Well, I wanted to ask, because with a movie like this, you know, when you set things so directly in the Catholic Church and with Catholicism, it instantly adds, I don't know if it's my Catholic grandparents or what, it adds like another layer to the like tense nature of these kind of films and also the horror aspect. So I wanted to ask you all, how was it kind of diving into that side of a film like this? Because normally we see it from the person who's being possessed point of view and not necessarily from the Catholic Church and those dealing with its side of things.
What was the question?
Yeah. How was it? Sorry,
How was it filming in the church, and did that have an effect on us?
I see.
Is that?
Yeah, like how did the Catholic side of things affect you guys when you were filming? Because possession movies, like they're not normally set in like the actual Catholic Church or with Catholicism playing such a big part.
You know, the Catholic side of things, it was, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but sitting there and actually hearing real, you know, we sat with a Catholic priest, the Catholic priest of the church beforehand, and really asked him a lot of questions, and his answers were just haunting. The things that he, you know, what the church, the protocol for these exorcisms, how they go about it. Like, it is like a true thing that they are certain about in the way that they go about these things. So hearing their stories and the things that, you know, their friends have seen and during these exorcisms was just for me really eye-opening and made it all more real. And the fact that we were filming in the basement of a church.
Yeah, I liked being in the church. I felt like it added like a gravity to the situation. Like there is an energy that these places hold, and so I felt that it was really helpful.
I agree. Yeah, I think it was like we were just asked if if scary things happened on the set, and I think to that it actually felt very kind of protected in a way because we were in I don't know, in a weird, interesting way because we were in a church filming. I don't know.
Yeah, one I was going to ask you, Dan, because you've been doing a lot more horror-esque films in recent years, and I think it's really interesting to kind of see how different all of your characters are in this genre. Is there something about horror that you just like really leaning into with these characters that you've been taking in your more recent roles?
Yeah, I'd never done an exorcism movie, so I was kind of intrigued to dip into that. I'm not sure I'll do one again, but it was interesting to sort of, I do like horror, but it's not really about horror specifically as much as the filmmakers that are attracted to that kind of film, and the kind of filmmaking mind that a lot of horror directors have, and a certain kind of playfulness with the audience that I think you really get in those kind of genres.
Abigail, you brought up haunted, like scary things happening on set. It did make me think, unfortunately, Ashley, of the fact that you've dealt with a haunted doll in the past. because of Renesmee, the creepiest thing that ever exists on this planet.
It really is terrifying.
You?
I was like,
Wait, what are you talking about?
There was this doll in Twilight that they used for the baby, and it was the most single-handedly the most terrifying. Like I'll show you a picture of it. It's the worst thing you've ever seen in your life. I don't understand why they chose this. They had a lot of money, and they went with this doll.
Does it need a spin-off, that doll?
Yes, they absolutely could find a market.
Where's that doll now?
Probably under my bed.
Yeah, and who represents it? Yeah.
Let's find that doll.
Yeah, let's make this happen, people.
Call its reps.
Case in a museum, so it's kind of like the Annabelle doll, where it is like you can go and see it if you want to maybe die.
If
Whoa.
you want to.
Wow,
Wait,
okay.
it is in a museum?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
in-
like a corpse
Is it in Forks?
Yeah.
Oh, in Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
I'm going.
terrifying.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I know some people in Forks.
Yeah, I love it up there.
I know some
Beautiful.
people in Forks.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask all of you, like, obviously not the same question that you guys have already been asked, but like, do you guys ever get the eerie feeling when you are on sets with horror movies, or are you removed from it because you guys know what the horror is with like that specific set?
Mine is.
No.
You gonna talk?
What?
We're just making noises here.
Anyways, yeah,
You go.
sorry. Mine is really dependent on, I don't know what it's dependent on, but I have in the past, like, felt very weird about things and, like, have experienced some weird, creepy stuff, but then, my phone is going off, sorry. But, yeah, on this one I didn't really, I don't know, again, like, I felt really weirdly peaceful, which is, I guess doesn't feed into the lore of it.
That was not my experience.
Really?
I mean, you were saying like about the church. I found being in the church incredibly creepy, and I found the whole sort of aura around that place was kind of chilling and terrifying.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Because you are the devil.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I just kept bursting into flames. I don't know. Is that weird?
Everything was so hot.
Yeah.
You couldn't even walk in the door.
It was very strange. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get it because it is. I did like a production of Godspell in a church once, and that felt weird because I was like, this feels like I shouldn't be doing theater or doing anything in a church outside of like church things.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting to like think of making a horror movie in a actual church.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me feel icky.
Feels
like,
weird.
You spite me.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
for my last thing, Dan, you said you probably aren't doing another exorcism movie. You're like, I'm kind of tapped out. But I wanted to ask you guys, with exorcism movies, what was the one thing that you guys found that was the most challenging that you maybe didn't expect to be challenging in this kind of film?
It was all challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what I found like it hard that, you know, just because a lot of stuff is added in post, that it's sometimes like they would make decisions on the fly, or like we would be looking in different directions. And so I think just like when you don't actually have the thing happening there, sometimes it's a little bit more challenging to make it appear real when you see the finished product.
Yeah, I think mine was, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, the physical aspect of it, of having like,
Just being changed.
having to like projectile vomit, hold the vomit in my mouth before I do, like weird stuff.
You were going through crazy makeup changes.
That,
you were, like,
actually-
deteriorating.
Yes,
as
where I had
the
to
movie
like
went forward.
deteriorate. Yeah, the
Yeah,
makeup,
you were going through a lot.
there was a lot. But it was kind of, I mean, but was it unexpected? No. Like I was like, okay, this is gonna be a lot. But then I guess when you're in it, you kind of just, you power through and it's okay. But I think also maybe like switching into like screaming at your co-stars in a pretty small environment. And like trying to be scary and crazy, and then like kind of in the back of your head being like, is this working? Like, are you good? Are you guys scared? Like,
Are you scared?
Are you scared now? But like, I think that was kind of something I like, looking back, kind of ran into, where I was like, kind of I don't know, figuring it out as I went along. I don't know if that answers
I
the
was
question.
scared.
I don't. Yeah.
Yes,
I
you're
was
terrifying.
scared.
I don't know.
Well, you knew you had Dan. Thank you guys so much for talking with me, and I can't wait for everyone else to get to see The Ritual.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Yeah,
one.
everyone.